Hello and welcome to the Regulars. I'm Stacey McGonigal.
My name is Jason DeRoss. Hi. What is this?
What?
The long pause. It just looked like you were getting ready for a photo shoot or something.
Honestly, it feels like that. Today is a vibe. I'm wearing pearls. I'm wearing leopard print. My hair is done. I did some hot curlers. I walked the dogs with a scarf around my head because today we had to come correct.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. Jason is insecure.
I'm waiting for it because I've already been getting the feels of it. So
yes. Now, before we get into that, obviously we want to just like quickly recognize that today is a really emotional day, really heartbreaking day, which is September 11th. So we just wanted to obviously send our love to those whose lives were lost, to those who were affected. Obviously, it's a big day.
It's historical, yeah. And
historical,
it's actually
totally.
It's so weird because it doesn't seem like that long ago, but it's like 20 years ago. It's crazy.
I know. So just sending love,
yeah,
and light and all those things. And which just makes you feel really special when you have an amazing community, great friends. We get to sit and love today. And I'm so excited for our guest. Jan, listen, we've got Jan, Wolu, who came correct, Megan, and we came correct. And why did we come correct? We have an amazing guest. They are checking themselves out currently. We will wait until they settle because they're beautiful, perfect, and wonderful, and they shan't and can't be rushed. We are joined with drag legend, superstar, my friend. Oh, so much to talk about. I can't even believe it is the one and the only Miss Viza Decline. Hello, Miss Viza Decline.
Hi.
How are you? Really?
Good, how are you?
You have to let it land. Viza Decline is here.
No,
we need some sound effects.
My face was huge for a second. And then it went to the 3, and I was just like, wow.
You look amazing. You look so good.
I'm loving the animal print.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, I knew that you were coming. I knew that I had to bring, the right energy, which was leopard print. I threw on a pearl just to be a classy lady.
This isn't your only leopard print either, because you've come in a couple of these before.
It's the same one every time.
You just change it up. I see.
Yes. Welcome, Ms.
I know,
Viza.
the one time I don't do a animal print background.
Oh, I know. That's why I thought you were going to come with a background. So I was like, okay, well, yeah. So how are you? And Jan says, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Shayla is saying that glitter background though.
Mm-hmm.
It's a mint green.
It is? Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you can't, my web camera is so shit that you can't tell.
Oh, that's okay. I mean, listen, we're here on the internet live. We can't strive for perfection.
There's so many people here that have missed the whole week, and some even have missed the whole summer, and they're back. So today's a big day.
Oh, really? Oh, great. We've got Elizabeth made it to the chat for the first time this week.
Jameson's back for the first time this week.
And just to make it clear, when we joined first before the stream started, Jason was in a different shirt. And his hair was flat. And
it still is I just don't know what to do with my hair. I feel like this is what I'm going to do because I don't know how to figure my shit out is what I'm saying. Look, man, you guys, look at this.
He's freaking out.
I'm freaking out.
It's a lot.
Because you thought I was lying too. So I went through a bunch of different looks today. And then I was like, well, I'm not going to come in a suit because I was going to, and I should have, and I'm regretting it. And then I came in a certain way, and then Stacey, I did say I have to go get something, and I did. I realized from looking at the camera, my cheeks were so red, so I went and dolled them down a bit. But then since I was out of the room, I also changed shirts. I was like, I'll change shirts. But then when I came back, she's like, oh, you had to go to the room because you forgot something. You just changed shirts. That's all you were doing because I was making fun of you.
Do you see what happens to a man when they're faced with a beautiful drag queen? They melt.
I melt. That's probably true, but I melt every time on this podcast. I'm a puddle at the end of each episode here.
Maybe he thinks all drag queens are just like Joan Rivers and they're just ready to like attack on the fashion.
I know.
I'm always walking a red carpet. It's true.
Yeah.
So, what was your morning like? How long was the prep for this beautiful, gorgeous look?
Well, my morning started with my dog sitting on my face, so that was that's her way of saying
nice.
"Get the fuck up." And then I just got ready. It takes about like 2 hours today. It took about 2 hours.
Oh damn! And you were describing your wig as
like cutting down. Pardon?
Oh. I said you were describing your wig as, just to give people a reference.
Oh, this is my I just got this one, so I'm calling it my Lisa Renna. I'm gonna call it a Renna. But she looks real angry right now for some reason.
Oh my god!
Got a little shake and so angry.
You're so angry. Like I've never seen someone get off so much with just going, oh, like she basically ruined someone's life, and when they got a little upset, she was like, "You're so angry." Ooh.
Well, yeah, she knew to become a meme. She did that for the gays. Let's be real.
I know she loves it. She loves becoming a meme. So today we are planning on really breaking down the Housewives. And Jason has recently gotten into the Housewives. He took a pause, but he loves. You can say who your housewife is.
Dorinda, but but now it's like, well, R.I.P. But like Dorinda is gone now. But that wasn't the news. You said that before, and I was like, there's also news this week that someone's retiring, and it's not her.
Oh, Denise.
Denise Richards is also going away.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
But I think we all saw that coming. I think we all saw that one coming. Like the fact that she sent so many cease and desist for a reunion, like she's gonna be sticking around much longer.
I guess my question is, why do we think Denise is leaving, and why was Denise so angry this season? Like, not to quote Lisa, but she was super angry, and I don't understand why she would leave. I'm actually surprised.
Well, like Lisa said, the cover up is a lot worse than the actual crime. Like it didn't seem like they cared that she and Brandy apparently hooked up. It was the fact that she just kept lying and saying that her and Brandy weren't friends, but there was like so much evidence contrary to that. So,
and
do you think
I think it was just honesty, but I think also
what? Oh, I feel like we have a delay, but that's okay. We're gonna ride the beautiful wave. So you're gonna see Jason and I going, No, but Brandy has recently come out and said, or she got caught saying on her podcast that that all her and Denise did was like kind of make out once.
Well, when she said, "Oh, we kind of hooked up," I was like, "Well, what's your definition of hook up? Like, was it just a little making out? Was it a little like finger action? I don't know what it was." But
I don't know why Denise is. I love Denise, and in the reunions, even though she's lying through her teeth, I'm still like, leave her alone. She's trying. Only because. Sorry, Jago.
Well, don't you also think like Denise Richards is a star of generations? Like and she probably had time with no, but I was going to say like, and define star however you want, but it's like she had publicists and everything probably creating the narrative she wanted to for a long time. And now you're on
No,
she went through a lot of stuff, but like,
I mean, up against Charlie Sheen, she probably used it to her advantage.
Totally.
Yeah.
But then she was very like, I don't think she was inappropriate, but she was very like sex positive, sex forward, talking about her husband, going to get happy endings. Even this season, she's like all pissed off and she said she's going to go get steak at a strip club. Not a joke. I believe that that's what she was going to do. I'm sure. But then she became so
it was a little weird.
I'm just wondering.
Yeah, because it's like, we know you were married to Charlie Sheen, so you've probably seen some shit and you've probably done some shit with him. So like, to just act all of a sudden like you're like a good Christian woman is a little weird.
No, 100%. And also like, you can't say that Charlie Sheen showed up last year to your house with a prostitute for Thanksgiving and you made a plate for the prostitute and then act like you can't talk about threesomes around at your house. It's like, what? What are you talking about, Denise? Anyways, Jason, Are you okay?
Yeah, I mean, like, I think if you're ever attached to Charlie Sheen, you've already seen some shit because there's probably not 1 minute of that man's life that like some shit's not happening at some like.
Oh yeah,
it's in Ferris Bueller for that reason. Like we've talked about this before. Like that was just him walking onto set and being like, "Oh, what's happening over here?" and then talking about his own life. Like that was
100%. 100%. Okay, so we can all get into. There's a couple of Housewives I really want to get into. If you're in the chat and you're looking for a show, I highly suggest Potomac. I think it is the best franchise going.
Yeah.
Even though I think New York had an amazing season, some people say no. I say it was incredible. Dark, sad, but incredible.
I think New York made up for it in the last like minute of last week's episode before the reunion. I think that definitely helped because it just like broke the fourth wall. Like Beverly Hills was breaking the fourth wall a bit, but then New York just went, oh yeah, we're just gonna tear this goddamn wall down. Like,
just to catch Jason up, basically they were ending the season on a kind of whatever episode, and they were thanking each other and talking about how much they care about each other. And then the new cast member, Leah, was thanking Tinsley, who was the girl who got her on, woman who got her onto the show.
Before you even said it, I was like, Tinsley brought her on for sure.
Yeah. And then, but then Dorinda goes, no, we're not going to talk about Tinsley. No, we're not doing it. And then she freaks out.
she broke her contract.
Yeah, she broke her contract, and she's like, get out of my way, to the camera guys, the producers. Like, she went bonkers.
That's great.
Like, it was Ramona bonkers.
It was Ramona. And like, this is something I want to talk about, and I'd be curious on your opinion. When did these women get okay with just shitting on the floor all the time? And I mean literal shit on the floor.
Oh, in the reunion last night, they showed a conversation that Dorinda was having, and it was in a trailer for season 11, and we never saw it, and they finally showed it. And then someone was like, I wonder how much footage there is that we've never seen. And I guarantee Ramona's been shitting herself for a few years, and they have footage, but she didn't have a storyline this season. So they're like, let's play up the age now. Like, let's show this like facelifted woman in herself.
Oh,
in Mexico or something.
It's so true. They just talk about Ramona like literally shitting herself all the time. Now, Claire has an amazing question that I will let Viza answer, which is Claire is asking, can I start with Potomac if I've never seen any Real Housewives before? What do you say?
Yeah. Yeah, like Potomac, I wish every reality show had Potomac's producers and editors, because what they're doing this season is so different from the other franchises. And like the fact that they're giving the bird fucking subtitles is crazy. And I love whatever gay assistant at Bravo decided to do that, because hilarious.
So to catch people up, one of the characters on Potomac has a bird named T'Challa, and they give the bird subtitles, and they are legit hilarious. Legit hilarious, that I laugh out loud to. I think Potomac,
that's a writer's dream, is just like on a reality show. It's like, oh great, now I can actually I can go above and beyond the storyline and just make some fun jokes.
It's so good. The drama is so good. It is layered. It's always complicated.
There's just little gems always. Like when the bird flew at Wendy, and then like you see the camera in the background, you can see oh my god, what's her name? I hate her so much. Candace? Candace? Yeah, I think so. She takes one more mouthful of like food before she reacts to bird attacking.
It's true. So basically a bird, so they go to a lake house, and then Monique, who owns T'Challa, brings the bird. And Wendy, here's what's so embarrassing about it. There's nothing more embarrassing than like someone having a sincere moment and then like getting shit on, or a bird coming at them. So she was like, ladies, like, I'm really excited to get to know all of you one-on-one, and this bird comes out of nowhere, and then she's like, it's so funny.
And they slow it down in black and white too.
It's so good. Now, I do want to say Elizabeth is coming in saying, I love Viza, need more of this content. Loving.
Oh.
That's
bloated Italians. I'll give it to you.
I will say this just to see if we can fix this internet, because we're just living and loving. Do you want to like leave and then come back? Because you're pretty delayed.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, no big deal.
Leave studio.
leave studio, and then come back. No, just because sometimes it resets. I hope that wasn't rude, but sometimes that works for me. You know what I mean?
It's fun, but like, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Stacey, but you can get more of Viza to Climb because she has a podcast of her own.
Yes, she does. It's called Pop and Bubbles. And also she has amazing merch, which I've been wearing earlier this last week, this week. So it's down below in our info box is all of where you can find Viza. Follow her on Instagram. She's a real freaking dream. And I'm hoping that we can correct this. I hope it's okay. I mean, the internet's a fickle beast and we have to lean in every way that we can.
Mm-hmm. I'm all about this bird now, though. So, like, I might start watching Potomac. Claire, you and me, start it up. We'll go week 1, start Potomac.
Here's the thing. I started watching The Housewives when I started listening to Bitch
You were
Sesh.
born. Yeah, we know.
When I was born. No, when I was born, I had 4 kids and I was trying to quit smoking. I was a newborn just having a few cigs a day. And I was like, I was a pack in the womb, if you can believe. But I started listening to Bitch Sesh and because I love Casey Wilson so much. And then I was like, oh, and I just enjoyed listening to them talk about the show. But then I was like, maybe if I watch the show, I'll get something out of it.
You need to call the producers and say, you guys got to pay Casey because she needs money for this.
Exactly. So then my biggest recommendation, if you are thinking about getting into the Housewives, is to watch all the reunions. If you want to watch the current seasons, go back a few seasons before and watch the reunions. So you get little recaps. You're back. How does it feel? How does it look? How do we feel about the internet?
I'm good. If Rogers is screwing me over right now, I'm not paying my bill next month. So.
Well, we were just talking about the best way to get into the Housewives, and I was suggesting always watching the reunions a few seasons back, and then if you're interested in that, then go watch the season, but catch up to the current point. It's my thing. Who is your favorite character?
Reunions always just hit. Reunions just always hit every little storyline, so you get a little summary. And they always flash back to them.
And that's the thing too. It's like when you look at something like Real Housewives of New York and you're like, oh wow, there's like 16 seasons. It's like you can step in on current season because the amount of flashbacks provides context. It's
not just 16 seasons. It's like, isn't it like 24 to 32 episodes a season? Like it's a lot of episodes each season.
You're right. It does sound like a dream.
Well, I mean, Beverly Hills was pretty short this year.
Was it? Maybe I'll check on that one.
Because
I'm going to do Potomac first. I'm going to jump on Potomac next.
So who would you say is your favorite character on Potomac?
The bird.
I love, the bird too. Yeah.
Who did you say, sorry?
Karen.
Okay. Really? Okay. Karen is like...
Yeah, just because she's a good amount of delusional.
But Karen's always like, so Karen's like she is an older woman. Her husband literally just wants to retire and move to Florida. And Karen's like, absolutely not. I'd like to be on reality TV. He doesn't love her. She's always like, I love you. And he's like, okay. And she's like, I love you. He's like, okay.
Yeah, they call him the Black Bill Gates too.
What does he do?
I guess he's like in tech.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I am excited to keep watching Potomac. I keep telling everyone to watch it, so I hope that you do. I mean, no spoilers, but Ashley and her husband, I simply and utterly cannot. He keeps cheating on her, and they had a baby, and he's like not interested in this baby. It's terrible.
She's pregnant again too.
No, she's not.
What?
No, she's not.
She's got the second one, so I'm like, oh, yeah. Google it right now. If you don't
I am.
Maybe the dad's just like, we'll get it right the second time. I'll love this one.
No, she can't be pregnant.
The fact that text message said he has a wife and boyfriend, I'm like, ooh.
They must have a situation, which is fine. It's like everyone can have like that, but like, I don't know if she's playing dumb. Like, I'm not quite sure what's going on with Ashley. Her husband sucks. He's gross. I don't like him. He's nasty.
I want to talk to these kids 20 years from now and be like, how was it watching your parents' drama on television?
They're a part of it.
Oh my God.
Well, one of them.
Who did you say? Lisa Rinna?
No, Teresa from New Jersey.
Oh yeah. Because Teresa went to jail. Yeah.
Her dad's not even in the same
Luann went to
country.
jail almost.
Oh yeah, it's such a mess. Okay, what else? Oh, well, we also were talking about quickly your podcast. So while you're back, do you want to just tell people what your podcast is about, and then we'll put up all that information later too?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't done an episode in a hot minute because I've been a little bit busy the last 2 weeks, but it's pretty much just talking pop culture and giving some lukewarm takes instead of hot takes.
What are your thoughts on Canada's Drag Race? You're friends with a lot of the girls.
Yeah, I mean, like, I thought it was a lot better than a lot of people expected it to be, production-wise. I mean, the lighting was a little bit weird, and I hope they get a heater next season, but it looked a lot better. The runway, I think, was better than the American one. And I think any of the top three would have been great as winners, but I'm very happy Priyanka won because she's a phenomenal superstar.
Totally true.
This feels like that Canada versus the States thing where it's like you watch reality TV show in the States and you're like, maybe they should stop feeding these people alcohol and treating them like garbage. It's like in Canada, like maybe change the lighting and make it warmer in the studio. That would be nice.
Yeah.
Well,
the thing is too, it's like it's very. You can tell the difference between what happens to the winners. Like Priyanka even posted on her Twitter, she was like, "Last week I won Canada's Drag Race and a cafeteria." So it's like you can tell the difference between American winners and Canadian winners already.
But also the thing that is, bittersweet is like she finally is revealed, Priyanka, who is I mean, they're all incredible drag queens, but it's like Priyanka winning. It's like with the pandemic, like she can't go tour. Like all the girls can't go and hop on, a countrywide tour or even meeting up with the girls in the US and doing big tours. So it's kind of bittersweet,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they are doing the drive-in now. They're doing a drive-in drag show where they're going to hit the major cities, probably where those queens are closest to, like Montreal, Toronto, Vancouver. So there's that, but it's still not the same. So they haven't announced a season 2. So if there isn't a season 2 for a while, hopefully things loosen up and we get a vaccine for COVID. Hopefully the first season girls can get more attention than what they've received so far.
I thought you were going to say for sure. I hope we get a vaccine by the time I get on, because I will be wanting to tour and I will not be taking no for an answer.
I mean, I don't know if I would even get on, to be completely honest with you.
Oh my gosh, I will literally throw you in the ocean with that Lisa Rinna pissed off wig. I swear to God. I will say, watching.
Well, I mean, I haven't been hit by a bus. That's story. So,
Oh, I can't hear you. You're a little chopperinoed. This internet, I swear, divorce Rogers.
We got to go find Ted Rogers and take him up. Get him to help us out.
This is. But I will say, just to give you a compliment that I'll force you to let land. Watching you perform is truly incredible. You're, first of all, you're a very funny comedian. Also, lip sync. Oh, you take lip syncing to like the next level with comedy. Literally, I would steal it if I could. But like your ability to bring comedy and like, oh my, it's so dark and silly and funny. Like you would be a joy of joys on Drag Race Canada. Joy,
that's a great description.
What do you mean? What is it bad?
No, it's a great description for like the way I lip sync. Like I could take a positive lyric and be like, oh, let's make this a little darker. Let's make it a little stupid. So that's a really good description.
I remember I went and saw you perform a drag brunch, and I caught myself with my mouth agape during when you're doing Gaga's Speechless, where literally Viza drinks an entire bottle of wine, but like water, but like you chug the whole fucking, and I was like, no. Incredible.
It was cranberry juice. Good for UTIs. It's good. It's good.
Oh my God, so good. So yeah, I really loved Canada's Drag Race. I do think it was one of the best seasons of Drag Race in total, in general, that we've seen in a really, really long time.
Oh, it's the Potomac of Drag Race.
Definitely better than some of the All-Stars.
Agreed. And I think it's also like, how do you feel? Like, do you feel pressure now as like a drag queen where like you have to come? I mean, the joy that I like about Drag Race is you're seeing people elevate, right? It's like people coming in and they're very successful in their own right in that way. And then you see them like elevate and also get money. So you see like this level of drag improve. But like, what is it like now? Would you say as a drag queen, like, is that allowed anymore? Or now because of Drag Race, are you like, do you have to have the most expensive wigs? Does that make sense, that question? But I'm wondering.
I mean, Drag Race has definitely changed things. I've seen people change their look, but I've also seen some people lose themselves because they're trying to fit into what they think reality show producers want. So that's why with this Viza created now, I'm really like, I don't reference her as a drag queen, like me, myself underneath. Yeah, I'm technically a drag queen, but the Viza character itself is not considered a drag queen. Like I feel like the character element that drag used to have, the persona element, is a little gone because everyone needs to have a backstory or like some sort of explanation as to who they are, rather than just trying to be artistic and create something based on their experiences. But I feel like for Drag Race, it's also eliminating, sadly, what drag was in the past. Like, I do think drag has evolved a lot, and I do think Drag Race needs to start reflecting that. But I hope a lot of people who are discovering drag and now finding it and becoming fans of Drag Race don't forget that there was entertainers before, like in the 70s, 60s, who did a lot, and it's not just 2009, that's when drag started kind of thing, you know?
No, totally. Absolutely. I just heard myself back going, totally. No, but that's true, because it's because sometimes it's interesting with some of the and Jance's is, that's why Jimbo was so interesting, because she was like a drag clown, and that's the thing too. It's like, it's cool to see the lip sync, like, and then when the queens can't lip sync, and I'm not judging, because like, could you imagine me trying to sing Shania Twain? Absolutely no, thank you. But I love a queen that can perform. Like, I want comedy, I want dancing, I want something, So it's sometimes when we see queens getting caught up on it, just Instagram queens, you're like, okay, but like, who are you?
Yeah, well, that's the problem with especially in America right now, the drag. It's very Instagram, and I think quarantine has created a lot of sudden drag careers because people had time to like practice and learn. But I don't think people take enough time to actually explore it fully. They just think, oh, I got to get this amount of followers, I need to get these wigs, I need to get these lashes, I need to buy this off Amazon, and I'll be set for next season of Drag Race. And it's not as easy a path. I think season queens, you need to be a little bit more seasoned. Like, Priyanka was smart. She's surrounded herself with a lot of people who are experienced, and she's learned, and she actually absorbed everything. Whereas I feel a lot of new queens just start and think they know everything right away, and they're like, oh, I'm gonna be famous. Whereas like Priyanka did her homework pretty much and paid her dues.
I also think like Priyanka, like watching Priyanka, it's such, whether this is true or not, as a viewer watching, it seems like such an honest evolution. I think that she's a marketing mastermind. Like, she's such a smart businesswoman, but to take any failure and almost like and authentically embrace it and find joy and growth and laughter in those failures and making something out of it, whether it's a music video or merch or a lip sync or a performance. I'm like, that's what it is. It's like, it just feels way more authentic than like I'm coming in and going like I rule the roost, caca. Like it was like already made. Like, do you know what I mean? Like it just seems like an authentic thing.
Well, that's one of the things too that Drag Race has done. It's really changed the branding, because when I started drag, you never really thought of it as like, oh, this is going to be a business one day where I'm going to be able to tour and headline something. It was always just, oh, this is like a hobby, a very expensive hobby, but it's a creative outlet for me. It was never like, a lot of people didn't think, oh, there's going to be a reality show one day that we'll be able to get on TV or possibly be in films or have a Netflix show. You know, it was never that. It was always just an outlet to be creative, and unfortunately, it was in a bar most of the time. But the branding has definitely changed because of Drag Race. Now you really have to think about. You have to think about your name. You have to think about a catchphrase. You have to think about what merch could look like. You have to think of how you can do a really specific Instagram layout and stuff. And it's definitely changed it. Some for good, but there's also some bad with it too. Because it just becomes very cookie cutter. Totally.
Well, and that's the thing too. It's like it's so crazy how all of entertainment, like, this sounds maybe so silly, but Jason, maybe you can tell me if you feel this too, but like the evolution of social media has changed every aspect of performance, where like now we just can't be comedians or performers or drag queens. You have to be like a marketer, a producer, a content creator, a merch distributor. Like you have to know everything, and sometimes I feel like the artistry gets lost because we're working on like the gift wrap and we've forgotten about the present. You know what I mean?
It's the final product over the process of it. So it's like, because you're right, like the process is a big part of it. And we tend to forget that now because we're like, well, what is this leading to, rather than discovering our own voice or like going through it with people and learning. So yeah, this speaks to me a lot. It's in so many different ways. Like there's a couple things in my life where you're a part of the grassroots sort of thing of it. And then when it becomes corporate, you're like, what happened? But you have to love it because you're like, oh, what I love, everyone loves. But then at the same time, you're like, yeah, but it's not the same. It's a bit different now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like for me right now, like I'm like, Stacey was a big help with a lot of this too, where like mentally just getting myself out of a negative headspace and being like, no, I'm just gonna do the stuff I want to do and push through. And like, people like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. That's what art is supposed to be. It shouldn't be about, oh, I got to do things for likes. I got to do things for like positive comments. It's just, I'm going to do what I want to do kind of thing. And I think just as entertainers now, we just have to really think like that. And we have to stop like worrying about how many likes we're going to get or how many views we're going to get on something. It's just, you got to do it for the love of it again.
That sort of leads me into some questions that I would love to ask you as well, because you are so glamorous and gorgeous and wonderful. And every time I see you in person all dragged up, I'm like, I want to look like that.
I feel weird not having nails on today.
I did get a text from Viza being like, I won't be wearing nails today. And I was like, I'm not wearing pants. So I think we're okay. I mean,
I did someone's show the other day, and they were like, "You're wearing nails for a Zoom call," and I was like, "Yeah."
But but this is why like your drag speaks to me in that it feels like it's just like classic glam that I love. Like I just recently bought my hot curlers. I'm back in action with them. There's just something about like your drive, like your glam, like it's just so slick and polished and professional, and I love it in all aspects.
We're on a 4-streak episode, a streak of 4 episodes where Stacey has brought up her hot curlers. So she's in.
Yeah. But I will say this, like,
yeah, I'm trying to combine like 80s with a bit of modern now. That's pretty much what I've settled on for like a style.
No, I love it.
Like
that's
shoulder
you. Uh-huh. Yes, yes, yes. What would you say about to relate this to a conversation that I feel often about is when we talk about like getting likes and wanting and doing things for other people. I feel like we also limit our ourselves and like I could never wear that. I couldn't look like that. I couldn't be like, you know, like, and I feel like we project onto queens all the time. Like I watch you and I'm like, imagine I could wear a glittery shoulder pad dress. And I'm like, well, why the hell not?
Yeah.
You know, what do you say to like
do it?
Yeah. Okay, well, you heard it here first.
Like
you just gotta do it.
Like quarantine, I really started playing around with makeup more because like doing drag for so many years, you kind of just get used to doing the same face and you forget to like experiment and play around. So, like quarantine, I started like experimenting with different colors and like different shapes. And like as I was losing weight too, like I had to learn how to restructure my face and change my contour and like all that stuff. So it's good because I've been doing this. October will be 13 years, so it's good to like have a little bit of fresh start, a little bit of a reboot.
Agreed. I mean, like this eye is just
and then
really
you gotta like change your mindset.
Yeah, that's the huge thing I think is the mindset.
Yeah, right.
Like, well, my thing is I've just gotten to a point in my life where I'm just like, I'm just gonna kind of look however I want to look. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna buy the denim prairie shirt. I'm just gonna wear the damn thing, like Sheila says. We all just gotta wear the thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
What is where do you pull inspiration?
Overly Botoxed women.
Yes.
So that's why I really love like Joan Rivers and Lisa Rinna because I'm just like that is like a funhouse mirror and that's so interesting to me.
Totally.
I don't know, like performance wise, like Lucille Ball was really big for me as a kid because my great grandmother actually introduced me to it. So just watching that made me super silly and it actually made me ruin a play I was in elementary school where I just took out the set because I tripped and I kind of just like I was like Peter Rabbit and I just, like took bushes out and a tree and it was something like that happened and then I like saw Lucy. I was like, oh okay, it's not that bad to be clumsy and stupid, you know.
Oh yeah, I did that on purpose. Yeah,
we've heard it here first. Jennifer Lawrence stole your gig. She stole your whole bit.
Yeah. Well, I stole her hair, so it's fine.
That is fine. No, it's great. Because that's the thing. Like, I always felt like oddly dated in my fashion choices. Like, I remember in high school wearing the same thing as my teacher and being like, "Wow, so someone's hip to the trends." Like, I just didn't. I just loved like an older woman.
This weekend.
Yeah, like I can't believe Brooklyn Heights is doing commercials for Reitman's and I didn't even get an audition. Like, that's my vibe. I can't believe.
I mean, Brooklyn's not stupid. She's putting her name on whatever comes her way. So
as she should. She's incredible. As she should.
Get that money.
Yeah, I would say. Now, I do want to talk about like for people who feel overwhelmed with makeup, with fashion, like as someone who takes it to the limit, what would be your advice for someone just like wanting to dip a toe in some daytime glam? Because nighttime glam we get. We just to give us a little zhuzh during the day. What would you say?
Definitely try maybe a little bit of a smoky eye or yellow eye before you go like really like like this would be considered a halo eye. So like something like this.
Beautiful.
Test the waters and see what kind of reaction you get. I mean, like 3 weeks ago, I went and filmed something with this makeup on, and I had to walk through Rosedale to like get to a wooded area to film this video, and I just scared a bunch of people. But I was kind of like, "Fuck it," you know, like who cares?
First of all, you're talking about your amazing Taylor Swift parody, which everyone needs to follow you on Instagram and go watch because truly you take things to the next level. Like that folklore. You looked gorgeous, by the way. And if I was a little kid who saw you walking into the forest, I'd be like, wow, angels are real. Like, I'd be like, you're glamorous.
It was more so like older women who clearly voted for Doug Ford that I was like scaring on my way there. But no children still caused me to give up therapy. But yeah, the folklore. I'm actually filming part 2 this Tuesday, so I get into drag and go back to the woods and film the second part of it. So we'll see how that goes this time.
Awesome.
What if all those women follow you and then they ask you where you got your velvet daytime cape? What if it's just a question about where you got it?
I feel like this is a question directly from
like,
Stacey.
are you asking where I got it?
No, I was just making a joke about maybe those old women were not scared of you. They were just in fact jealous that they didn't also have a cape that they wore into the woods, like I am in a way.
Yeah.
I was wearing Adidas track pants and a black H&M shirt on my way there. That fur coat did not come out until I was like deep in the woods.
Mistake number 1. I'd be wearing that thing all the way in. I think that your eyes look great. Like I don't think I can do that because as I'm getting older, I'm developing hooded eyes and like greasy eyelids, and I can't handle it. I'm losing my mind.
That was a comment and not a question.
I've like always had these like.
No, I'm waiting for these.
I've always had like a really sunken eye. Oh.
What did you say?
I've
Sorry?
always had just a really sunken eye, so I just like.
Ugh. Well, good for you, I guess. Oh, it must be so nice to have I've always had a sunken eye. Oh my gosh. No, it looks really great. And I'm like, oh, I could maybe do that in the daytime. It's like actually not that much. My mistake was, I think the worst time I got inspired to do my makeup is I was going to a premiere for a kid show I did, and I did a full black smoky eye, a very low jumpsuit. I wore the jacket the whole time. Good. Yeah, but it was the day and it was a kid's show. I was like, I look insane. I looked wild, but I feel like women and whoever like playing with makeup is like, I used to always do that as a kid. Like just in my room for hours and hours and hours, we just play with makeup. It's the most fun. I feel like people need to do that
I wore makeup the first time when I was 5.
Really?
Yeah, I saw my mom putting blush on, and then I asked her if I could have some, and then she put it on me, and then I just haven't stopped ever since.
Were you like, I'm beautiful?
Yeah, she was like, yeah, you had a weird look in your face, like you were like in your element.
Oh, that's so nice. Jason, how would you describe your style?
Right now, it's get out of bed style.
See, I'm trying to convince Jason to get into like a skin routine and to start dressing up for himself. I know, and you're feeling good, but I'm like,
feeling great.
Yeah.
It's because like, yeah,
you use a moisturizer?
I've started to now, Stacey. That was, and see her face goes, of course, Jason, I've told you this 100 times. Because I wasn't doing it for a long time because of dumb reasons that I won't get into, but I'm using it now.
See, that's nice.
I always use an ice cube too.
Oh, cool. Oh, that's something I've never done.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Is that like, I always see like people putting
like
cold spoons on. Is it like the cold spoons?
Yeah.
Is that the same thing?
Yeah, it's the same thing. You can get these big
like
face rollers from Amazon.
And it also like.
Sorry, we're fighting a delay. Well, we're really like, we're killing it. We're killing it. I can't. I am going to write a letter. I'm going to turn into Adam Colley. I'm going to write a letter to Rogers on your behalf and go like, excuse me, Viza got up for 2 hours, put on makeup to do our podcast.
Speed goddamn internet.
I love that you pointed right beside your router.
Yeah.
Screw that.
Yeah.
Kayla says that she remembers her friend's mom commented that her style was more like a little girl. She was in junior high. So she immediately went shopping on a quest to look like a teenager. Oh my God. I feel that so deeply. So deeply.
I don't. Who's this mother telling the kid that their style sucks? Like that lady was just smoking and wearing a fanny pack for sure. Anyways, she was.
Yeah. Well,
get out of here.
Yeah.
Plus, nothing wrong with that. Well, is it a Punky Brewster look, overalls and whatever? Like, stick with it. I'm in.
Well, it's too late now because Kayla's a grown woman, but you know, I'm glad that you want her to change the memory. That's nice.
I did. I just wanted to change the feeling of the memory. Like, F that lady for telling her anything wrong.
I do. I really do want to age into like a woman who is wearing exactly what you're wearing right now. Like I want to enter a room in like a shoulder padded dress, like completely overdressed for like a backyard barbecue, and just be like, well, it's a barbecue, isn't it?
This sounds like a vision board, Stacey. You got to get your
Yes.
vision board going.
I live vicariously through Viza. This is what I'm saying. I want to leave my house looking
What we
like
don't know is that wall to our left is just like the entire vision board right now, but we just
little do you
set
know.
frame.
Little do you know, it is in a way a vision board because it's an erotic paint by numbers.
Mhm.
And the woman
there you
has
go.
thick red hair and a really strong man holding her. So in a way, it is a vision board. In a way. Kayla goes, no, she's a second mom to me still, but yes, sometimes there's not too much tact. It's like, yeah.
But we talked about this the other day. Someone said to me, being mean is just being honest without tact. So there you go. That's what it is.
That's me. I cannot tell a lie. I cannot tell a lie. I can tell lies, but not to my friends.
Scorpio, honesty is big for me.
Oh, you are a Scorpio. So this is what I love too. Okay, so Viza also knows a lot about astrology. So if you're in the chat right now and you do have questions about astrology, this is the time to ask because you know so much.
I mean, I'll make it up as I go because
No, don't sell yourself short. So Jason, please tell Viza what your horoscope is.
It's Virgo. I'm a Virgo.
Okay, so let's
My
unpack that.
birthday just passed. Yeah.
What's a Virgo?
yeah, Virgos are Virgos know what they want, but then they also have a hard time fully getting there because sometimes they don't fully believe in themselves with things. I'm just talking about my Virgos, really. So
I
like,
just hate this because you're
know
loading
that
up.
they
You're
can
loading
get
up
something,
Stacey
but
with
they
so
don't-
much ammunition.
Go on, you're right.
This is exactly what Stacey believes. So.
Okay,
yeah,
so
that's pretty much
it is that they know what they know what they're capable of, but they will not that they will cause
I mean, they
situations.
know they can get it, but they know that it's up to them to decide how much energy they put into actually getting it. So it's like, oh, do I want it? Maybe I'll go for it. Maybe I won't. Like, because they're so close to Libra, they're kind of like a bit of a scale.
Yeah.
I love it.
As Shayla says, classic Jason. Okay, now let's talk Gemini, which I know that you have a lot of opinions on a Gemini. I know. Gemini,
I mean,
but like
Scorpio and Gemini don't get along in like relationship senses, and I've had some like pretty shitty experiences with Geminis. Yeah, Geminis are draining to say the least. Unless they're with
you're
another
also
pair.
talking. You're also talking about your exes. Like when you talk about Geminis, I see the faces of your exes in your eyes, and you're like, they're lazy. They owe me money. They never pay for dinner. They say they want a relationship, but I feel like Geminis are just so confident in themselves, right? Like they're aware of who they are.
They are. I mean, they yes and no because they have the duality to them. They're always full of conflict, and they never know which side to let be the full person. You know, they have
totally.
They have two different sides to them, so they never know how to fully merge them.
Claire says, as a Gemini, I exhaust myself. Why am I like this?
Because Geminis talk a lot, and Geminis are always thinking, so they're exhausting because they'll like wear you down, but then they wear themselves down, and then they usually go into like a bit of hibernation because they need to like recharge.
Right. I feel like a Gemini because I don't stop talking, but I'm a Pisces.
My nephew's a Pisces, and he doesn't even talk yet, but I can tell he's already trying to talk. Like he's just like yelling and constantly like trying to talk. So I'm like, this kid's gonna be a chatter one day.
Oh yeah, that was my report card. It was like Stacey would be way more successful if she just stopped talking, and I was like, well, joke's on you. because I never wanted to be. So Amanda is saying, is it normal for someone to relate much more to their moon sign than their sun sign? Because her moon is in Pisces, but her sun is Sagittarius.
Well, I would ask, how much do you like to go out? Like, are you a very social evening kind of person?
Yeah. So answer us that, Amanda. And Crystal agrees. Wait, so Claire says she creates so much chaos with gossip and then dips because I don't want people to get mad at me. Just each other. I love that.
You'd be perfect on the Beverly Hills housewives.
No, Claire's a Gemini. So she's like, I like to create drama. I love the gossip, but then I don't want anybody to be mad at me. So then she will leave and leaves leaves everyone to combust. Oh, Amanda
in the
said,
pot and then like serving it up.
So Amanda was saying that she was the question about relating more to her moon sign than her sun sign because her moon is Pisces, but she's Sagittarius, but she says she's introverted. So what does that mean?
Honestly, I'm not quite sure, to be honest with you, because like Pisces are water, and most water signs are technically supposed to be introverted, but a lot of water signs end up in fields where they have to be extroverted. So it's almost like they're so introverted that they have to push themselves out there to combat how much of an introvert they are. So yeah, maybe
I feel that
more on the moon.
I mean, because I feel like a lot of people would think I'm extroverted, but I really do like to, like when I'm home alone, like it's quiet. It is like and I'm like, no one message me. I just want to sit and watch YouTube tutorials. That's it.
I'm very much the same. Like even in my early 20s, unless I was getting paid to go out and perform in a bar, I wouldn't normally be out at a bar because I was very much wanting to stay home, kind of like chill, collect myself. Especially working so much, I was just kind of like, I need my downtime. So maybe that's aspects of an introvert, but.
Well, I feel like in my 20s, if this relates to anybody, and I like went out all the time, and then all of a sudden I would wake up one day and be like, I have nothing to give. I would burn the candle at both ends and then just fully implode. And then I discovered therapy. I was like, I can just go home. Do you? Although on TikTok, everyone's like, "You're not an empath. You just had a really shitty childhood," and I'm like, "Yeah, maybe that too." Okay, so Kayla says that she's a Sagittarius, but she doesn't follow the zodiac, so she doesn't know what it means to be a Sagittarius. What does that mean?
I mean, the perfect example of a Sagittarius and every Sagittarius I've ever experienced is Sonia Morgan.
Oh my God, really? Cuckoo, cuckoo. I love Sonia.
Sag, and like Sages are usually, I hate to say it, but Sages usually are the most prone to addiction, whether it be alcohol, whether it be drugs, whether it be materialistic shopping. They definitely are more into the nightlife aspect of life. They like daytime is okay, but they come more alive at nighttime, and they're very social, very similar to a Gemini in the sense they're social butterfly. But they won't cause as much damage as a Gemini, if that makes sense. Probably because they're so drunk or high. So,
well, we are really just talking about Sonia here, but can we talk about Sonia really quickly for the Real Housewives of New York? Her new facelift. I've just started following the plastic surgeon that fixed her, that did her neck job. I mean, she looks amazing.
Yeah. All right, like even at the reunion, her and Ramona, I was like, oh, you guys are looking pretty good.
Do you think that Sonia got lipo?
The procedure apparently goes under the skin and like re-chisels.
No, but I mean lipo in her. Do you think she lost all the weight, or do you think that she got lipo and then kept it off?
Who knows? I mean, she could have gotten lipo. I mean, she got really small really fast, and I'm sure those like water pills aren't the only thing she was using.
Oh my God. Well, Jason did Bernstein's, and we talk about it often. It was a wild ride for Jason. Yeah. I've never seen.
I know someone who used to sell Bernstein's and like used to like be one of the customer service reps, and he was like, "Use."
Yeah, It's got to do damage. It does long-term damage.
Well, we discovered that Jason may, and this was like us this was like a WebMD diagnosis, but I was like, I think you have metabolic damage. And you were like, I think so.
No, I
too.
got that from a doctor.
Oh, you did? You do have metabolic damage.
Yeah.
Oh no.
They started to build me up in other ways, and it started to help out. But this was years later. They're like, something happened to your body. I was like, I did Bernstein's, and they were like, okay.
I had really bad anorexia when I was like in my early 20s, and it screwed up my metabolism. It's definitely screwed up my body. And like now I'm just getting my metabolism back, and like I'm losing weight the healthy way now. So it's interesting to see how my body is changing properly, because before I was just dropping so much weight in a really unhealthy way. So doing it now and actually seeing it stay off and seeing my weight decrease at a natural pace, and just the little things to boost my metabolism and how I'm able to process food properly now, it's kind of crazy to see.
Yeah.
I mean, it just, I feel like everyone wants to crash. I mean, we've all tried the crashes. We've all tried the unhealthy ways. And
well, everybody, I think, goes into it with this mindset of like, look, I'll cheat for a few months. I'll get down to the size I want, and then I'll be natural and I'll keep it that way. And it's like, that's not the way it works, because it's just going to go right back up.
That's why I hate keto.
Yeah, I did that for a month too.
Yeah, like there are some queens I've seen go on keto, and then they lose a bunch of weight, and then like 2 months later, it's like that corset's about to burst. You know, like you can only do so much, and if you're just going to rely on like tricking your body and not actually doing stuff to keep it off, then you're fooling yourself.
Well, that's the thing, right? I mean, like I always rush to like the magazine stands where it's like Khloe Kardashian changes her arms. Here's how she did it, and you're like, yeah, how did she do it? Is it a quick trick? And it's like, I mean, she did get that. You know, she does have a new face. She's definitely getting a doctor to do house calls during the pandemic, but it is diet and exercise, but it is tackling, I guess, your relationship with food too, right? It's like,
are we happy that show is ending?
No. Well, here's the thing.
You're not?
I'm not. Like, they're so rich. Like, I'm just wondering now what they're gonna do, because the Kardashians ending is interesting, because I don't know what Khloe will do, or Kourtney. Kourtney doesn't have a business. What's her business, Pooh?
Well, I mean, like, Kourtney didn't seem like she wanted to be on the show anyways for a long while, so that doesn't really surprise me.
But when
do you have legitimate worries about what's going to happen to the Kardashians?
No, I'm not worried about them. I'm just saying, like, I liked the show, but the show became so fake. Like, I don't need to see a Khloe Scott prank segment. I don't need that. I know you love pranks, Jason, but like, I've never been happier than seeing Kim Kardashian beat the shit out of Kourtney, or Kourtney shoving Kim into the wall and her whole face was left on the wall. Like, I will say, like, I think Kim will be fine. Kim's a billionaire. But
she's also dealing with stuff. Like, she's got a husband that's losing his mind and dealing with things.
Yeah.
I know, and everyone keeps saying Kris Jenner's going to be on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills now, but I'm like, she can't control the narrative there. Like, she can't add E, so that's not going to happen.
No, I don't think. I can't say that. Yeah, I couldn't see Kris Jenner at a reunion. You know what I mean? She's not going to answer those questions.
Apparently, there's talks of Kathy Hilton going on next season.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, good luck.
Well, I mean, she's Kyle's sister, so I mean, if they're gonna do another like sister feud season, then that would be it.
No, Kyle has Teddy. We don't need Kyle with more people in her corner.
Oh, I hope Teddy's gone soon.
Oh my God. When Teddy's clips was like, let's look at Teddy this season. And she's like, oh, sometimes I get sick in the car. I can't sit down. I'm pregnant. I was like, oh my God, Teddy. I'm sad to see the Kardashians go. It is just crazy to see how rich they are and like living through that, and their little tiny arms and their big butts, and it doesn't make sense. And they're never going to tell us how it happened. And it's an end of an era, really. I think Rob misses Rob. I mean, like, Rob's just not had an easy life. You know?
Yeah, he's in a basement making socks somewhere. Like,
Oh my gosh. I really wonder what the Kardashians are like when the cameras are off. And I feel like it's sad and it's strategic, you know?
I assume their dinner table is just all of them on their phones.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I would bet they're not that much different because it's not like you can turn that on and off for the amount of time the camera's on them. There's got to be some reality behind what's actually going on the TV.
Well, the thing is, it's like they're all about their looks, right? So it's like, what do they actually have to say? Like, who's like fun? Who's fun to hang out with? That's not why we liked Chloe. Like, Chloe she's gorgeous, but she also had a person. She's the only one with an actual personality or compassion, it seems like. But although I mean, like, but Caitlyn Jenner is interesting too, because she just kind of like, from the looks of it, like abandoned her family. Like, where is she with her kids?
Well, she just lives on a like mountaintop now.
I know, she just lives in like Malibu on a mountain. Very, very interesting. It's just the whole. I hope one day.
I share a birthday with her.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, she's also a Scorpio.
Bill Gates, Julia Roberts, Caitlyn Jenner, and Annie Potts. Those are my famous birthdays.
Oh my God. I think I share a birthday with Monica Lewinsky.
Mine's Freddie Mercury. That's
nice
all I know.
Jewish girl.
Yeah. She just tweeted like, oh, classic me. I don't know if I should get like a Subaru or a Tesla. Or she did like some stupid tweet. I was like, Monica, what's going on?
Get a dry cleaner.
Yeah. We'll have to get you to come back and do some more horoscopes. We should do like a chart. We should do Jason's chart, or have you do Jason's chart.
Oh my God. I can do that like Walter guy who was on that Netflix show. Did you watch that?
No. What is this?
I think he was like he was on like Spanish television, and he was dead now, but he had like a lot of plastic surgery, and like Alexis Mateo actually impersonated him.
Yes, I know exactly who you're talking about. Everyone is telling me to watch that show.
Yeah. I'll come back and be like a Jackie Stallone with like the horoscope.
Well, I'm also curious now. As soon as moon sign was brought up, I was like, and you mentioned, well, are you up at night or in the day? And I'm like, well, I'm a night person, so maybe my Virgo isn't so true, anyways, because I'm a night person.
Oh,
what's your moon?
Well, this I don't know. I'll have to find out.
We got to figure out, because
I didn't know there was such thing as moon signs until about 20 minutes ago.
Oh yeah, because I'm a Pisces, but my moon is Libra, which explains the chaos I create, because I strive for balance, but I create chaos as a water sign. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a sun, a moon, and a ascending or something.
There's Mercury apparently too. Snake King gave a whole
Mercury, big. There's Venus. There's like all your different moons and all your different. Amanda did say that she shares her birthday with Britney Spears, who just posted a very sad video of herself.
Oh no!
No, she posted
dancing.
No, she posted a video of her younger, and she's like dancing around with someone filming her, and it's like when she was happy, and it's really sad.
Yikes!
I know.
I actually just watched an episode of South Park when it was like from like 2008 when the Britney thing, and I'm like, geez, it's still so relevant, like 12 years later.
I know.
What the media done to this poor woman.
What, I mean, not even the media. It's like what her family, what her father, like this poor woman is like, we need to stop thinking that she's doing these videos of sound mind. Yeah. Like she's being force-fed, allegedly, medication.
Burning down her gym with like scented candles.
Yeah, and she like talks like this now, and she's like, so actually, like, this is my gym. I actually accidentally like burnt it down because there was a candle in the background. And I'm like, wait, everyone stop the presses. Okay, stop it. How did you burn your gym down?
Well, he was sending smoke signals for help.
Yeah, like, and the whole thing got burnt down.
I was like, you didn't get any water? There's no water in your gym?
But how many stories of child stars do we have to realize? Oh yeah, let's maybe not do that to these kids at such a young age.
But it's also a question. I mean, now we're getting into a whole free Britney episode, which I'm happy to have. But like, But like, not only is she a child star, but she's literally unable to make any personal financial business decision. She can't even have a driver's license.
No, everything's in
Okay.
her sister's name now, apparently.
Her move, apparently. So good. Can Jamie Lynn do something? Can she do something, please? I guess she is. She has her estate, but like, I'm just like, can someone help her?
Have you seen that Netflix show that she's on?
Jamie, oh yes, Sweet Magnolia.
Oh,
It's terrible. It's trash. I love it, but it's trash. No one can act, and it looks like they've pulled mannequins into frame, and then there's just kind of people behind them talking. Because it's like, hey, I know I'm never gonna be a real mom, and they're like, that's okay.
yeah, it's just got life.
I want to make that show.
Jason, you got to watch Sweet Magnolia. You will love that show. Also, Rob just says Tom Hearn is a must-have guest for a free Britney episode. Were you part of the stream that he did with Trish?
I wasn't on the stream. I was commenting.
Yeah, we should do a big old.
Apparently, Shonda Rhimes wrote Crossover.
What?
Yeah, and that was the real How to Get Away with Murder.
I loved Crossroads so much. I did. Like, I'm not a girl. She's like at the piano. I was like, ah. There's so much that you have to come back for. Okay, now we were talking about your podcast. What else do you have going on? Where can people follow you? What's going on? Give us.
So Instagram and Twitter is at the Viza Decline. And then this week we have me and Patrick Murray. We're going to be releasing our new YouTube show called You're Doing It Wrong. I just blanked for a second.
And what's your YouTube channel?
Pardon?
What's your YouTube channel?
It's a huge ass link. I don't have enough subscribers to get a custom one, unfortunately.
No, we get that. We had that. We had that. Don't you even worry about it.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, I'm excited
so
for
Instagram, Viza Decline. And then YouTube, you can just search Decline. Same with Twitter. So we filmed a pilot episode, me and Patrick, on Tuesday, and pretty ridiculous. He wanted to do an Ariana Grande look, and we had 40 minutes for me to try to teach him it over Zoom. So you can see the result of what happened.
That's fine.
I definitely will be watching. When will you be uploading it?
So I'm gonna edit it probably tomorrow. So it might be released Sunday or Monday, and then we're gonna get a rotation going weekly with guests. We'd love to have both of you on at separate times because we're gonna start doing. Well, we're gonna have a guest episode.
That's fine.
Yeah. No, we would love.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, that would be really fun. I also will try and do my makeup at the same time as Patrick and see what I can achieve.
Yeah, so you can either do the same look Patrick has decided to do, or you can bring a whole totally different one to just text me, and then I gotta kind of instruct both of you at the same time. So that's how the show is framed. Yeah.
Well, I just love a smoky eye, so we shall see. And if I can ever learn how to do a false lash, I mean, that might be a takeaway for me as well. Because those are two things.
I mean, I'm still learning myself.
Oh, give me a break. Give me a break.
You mentioned last episode, there's like some lash thing that if you stop putting it on, your lashes just fall off. You're like, now my lashes are gone forever.
That's lash serums. Yeah.
Exactly.
Now, to end, maybe you can help us because Jason has a bit of redness on his cheeks. And when he has to go into the bedroom for something, he's really putting some makeup on his cheeks. Now, is there any advice for natural, sort of like daytime, like cover the redness?
Just to preface this is Stacy wanting to hear the answers she's already given me so she can go like this. Aha, gotcha.
No.
Okay.
I think this is helpful for people.
I mean,
it totally is, yeah.
For myself, if I ever need like some concealer, I usually use like a MAC has these little like almost like a full coverage concealers, and they just come in a little thing, and you just do a few dabs or use a little brush and spread it, and it pretty much does a nice creamy even look.
Is there any makeup like at a CVS or like Shoppers, like a cheaper, like, is that eye concealer one, like that Maybelline? Do you know what I'm talking about?
There is a Maybelline like full coverage that does a really good job. Most foundations or concealers from drugstores aren't that good. But the Maybelline has a full coverage that's pretty good. And like I know a few drag queens that have used it, and if they're using it, then it will stand up to anything.
I got mine from Sephora. Is that terrible? Am I?
No, Sephora is good. Sephora is good.
I did it.
See this like soft support. This is great. I also like, and this is the problem. I do love a Glossier concealer, but it also is the death of me because it is so like shiny and dewy that it's not going to cover a zit, you know, but it is good for like, if you have drier skin because it's so wet, but then like setting it is a real nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, NYX has a really great finishing spray that gives a nice like dewy glow that I use.
Can I tell you? So I've been using that NYX. I have it too, the dewy finish NYX. I'm not impressed. I feel like my makeup doesn't stay.
Oh, really?
I feel like Urban Decay, because I have, like I said, I've said it twice and I'll say it thrice. I feel like in my later 30s, I'm getting greasier eyelids and I Shannon can't deal with it. But the only thing that works is Urban Decay All Nighter.
I've never tried that.
What? Really?
Yeah. I don't think I've ever tried any Urban Decay products, to be completely honest.
Urban Decay All Nighter Spray, that shit does not move. Does not move.
Oh.
Yeah, I love it.
I'm gonna look it up.
Jan says, will someone please take me somewhere and tell me what to buy someday? I need makeup. Please.
I'll do it.
Jason?
Jan and I will go and we'll film it.
Yeah, you go with Jan and I'll come too because I want to get some makeup and you just tell us what to buy and we will buy that. Please.
Call it window shopping.
Oh my God, a new series is born. That's amazing. Okay,
Just like look into Mac and Sephora and be like, yeah, let's get that. Let's do that.
You go in full drag and we go in full drag costume, but a bare face because the point is to fill it later. That's the vibe.
Lure West will never know what hit it.
Oh my God, Yorkville will die. All the little Chihuahua dogs will just keel over to the sides as we enter. But Jan, absolutely, we will do that. Everyone, thank you so much for watching. Viza, you are truly the gem of gems. Everyone,
so
please follow. Crystal agrees with me. It is the best setting spray. No, it was such a joy. You absolutely have to come back. I always feel guilty because I'm like, is it okay to put makeup on? I know it takes forever. So I appreciate all the effort. You look gorgeous and wonderful. We'll have you back. Absolutely. Everyone subscribe to the podcast. Like I said, all of your info is down below in the info box. You can follow Instagram, the YouTubes, all of the things. Jay, do you have anything to say?
No, thanks so much for coming on. This has been so great. The next thing I'm doing is watching Potomac. That's where I'm headed now.
See?
Oh, yeah.
See, now we're growing. We're starting somewhere and we're growing. Yeah, I think you'll love Potomac. Everyone, we'll be back on Monday. You can, if you're listening to this and you want to watch and see the gorgeous, wonderful, and beautiful Viza Decline, that is youtube.com/theregulars. If you like this episode, give us a little like. It just tells new people, hey, we're cool people. Come hang out with us. And we will see you all on Monday. Thank you, Viza.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.